So, today's topic at hand is Linkin Park's forthcoming album, their fifth one, Living Things, which is out next month on the 26th, but we all know things leak. In fact, I've been checking literally every day. I've even downloaded some stuff in the hopes that it's, the new stuff. Some, .rar archives. I don't know if you're supposed to say RAR or that sounds stupid. Some pretty legit looking stuff. When you unzip it, it's in a folder, and the tracks are the right amount of time. They're in the right order. They're the correct spelling. There's no question marks or and or it just really looks legit. But when I look at it, damn, sorry. It's not legit, and in fact it says I don't have files. So apparently that's just some cachet or an artwork thing. Thank God I haven't gotten a virus from this. Even though I am going crazy. I mean, I don't know who does all those surveys to get certain leaked albums, but you have to go through a million, and they'll advertise for stuff you either already have, don't want, or don't even know about. I managed to get through one of those survey attacks and get a password. Problem is, I don't know which one it works on. And whether the O in it is a number or the letter O, or should things be all capital, That's the lies part of lies, greed, and I guess misery is in there too. I think the most accurate time would be next month. Sometime, I think 2 weeks away from the release date. So something close enough to the release date. That's when Minutes to Midnight and 1,000 Suns leaked. So I guess I could go by that. Also, whether this is a person or a group, Plan 9 has infallible leaks. What I mean is, they're always the right songs, always the right artist. There's no digital tweaking or mixing. Just the song that you would get when the album comes out. I'm trying to hold up my stylus. This is an album. No. But, a lot of people, whether it's the official reviewers, maybe Rolling Stone or Chester and Mike talking about the album, there's some things they've got to live up to. And with Burn It Down, formerly Buried at Sea, I like that kind of interplay. It used to be water and now it's fire. Okay. I would expect that since they, said that, okay, we wanted to stray as far away from Meteor and Hybrid Theory, and this one's no, we want to incorporate that as, long as we do it in kind of a hybrid ATS MTM style, or M2M, however you say Minutes to Midnight. So it's dealing with the issues of Hybrid Theory and Meteora, or even, if we get lucky, them retooling some demos and putting that on the album. Now, we know one thing that fans can get, I guess, chatty about more than anything. The song called Tinfoil is supposedly an instrumental interlude. Now that just means it leads into the next track. But I'm hoping for another Joe Hahn track. We haven't had one on an LP album since Session. Now, Session was good. It was even good enough to get on the Matrix Reloaded soundtrack. I mean, there's not many bad... Well, okay. From Reloaded, I didn't like the Unloco song. I don't like them at all. I haven't even heard from them since about anything. Like a new record, new single, nothing. I guess I kind of faded away. For Revolutions, they only had one track, and the rest was score. It was Pale Threes in my head, and that was kind of weird. And that was when they were going into the Mayor of Vengeance Hell Club to barter for Neo's life, that kind of thing. But back on the album, you know, I don't want the whole album to be like Burn It Down. You know, because they have the weight of the people who didn't like Minutes to Midnight and or ATS, Thousand Suns. And I remember, you know, an older quote about, I think it was like Minutes to Midnight, and I think Chester said this. He said it would be kind of like Pantera or something. Not even close. But it all stems from the original demos and things they were working on. It was like a very heavy kind of stuff, and they had no fucking idea what to do with these new type of songs they were writing, so they scrapped it, just like what they did with Meteora. You know, they finished Meteora, but being the perfectionist they are, they scrapped it all and started from scratch. Maybe they kept some samples, you know. It's kind of like how Blue has Crawling in the breakdown, and what am I thinking of? Slip has what's known as Picture Board in the breakdown. I even remember saying, this is what it is, this is what Picture Board is. And before we got Linkin Park Underground 11, the only time we heard Slip was at the end of that Mark Ostrich, am I even saying that right? Digipick. And that was actually when they were still Hybrid Theory. Let's see. And if you actually manipulate it, like the video, you can hear Follow the Link in the Chain Without a Name. Not full, but you can basically make out the beat for the breakdown. Oh, fast drumming on Rob's part. But, oh yeah. Back to LT. Yeah, what's the shortened version going to be? LVT? I've seen, the only abbreviation for living things I've seen is LT. But, whatever. And if you read the reviews of the tracks, I think that I can only really describe one, and that's Victimized. And it was said that it's like an anthem for the end of days and, like, you know, grungy and stuff. That sounds like, you know, 21 Stitches, which was also Fire in the City, which evolved into Giving Up. They actually said that, you know, okay, Giving Up originally had a punk type vibe, still does in a way, but it was just a horrible song. And they made it into Giving Up. But whatever, it'll be like Giving Up 2.0. Victimized. You heard it here first. But I think it might have a little QWERTY in it, QWERTY, because that's just heavy and aggressive and has more screaming than most Linkin Park songs. The reason I say it's going to be pretty fucked up, I mean, you're going to want to jam, but then you're going to want to listen to the lyrics and say, what in the world? Let's just say it's about Chester being victimized. I don't feel like you're getting an infraction point and telling you what it specifically was about. Because actually, just a couple of days ago, I read about that, and I'm like, wow. You know, what a life Chester had. I remember, you know, there was a person stalking him, hacked into his PayPal account, email, you know, was on his front porch for like 8 hours. Even if you're going to stalk somebody, get like an infrared camera and do it from another goddamn house. The likelihood of you getting in trouble, per se, and in trouble with the law, per se, is very slim. You have to excuse my voice and shit, because my mouth is super, super dry. And I drank water. You know? Yeah. But, Living Things, my review, once I get the music. And that's going to be the catalyst to me showing you media. After all, this is media extraordinaire for all, but not much media. I got my shirt on, bitch!